Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2396 with a release date of Friday, September 29, 2023 to follow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The following is a QST. A special event station focuses on a rare medical concern. In Tennessee, amateur radio training gives new skills to the Medical Reserve Corps, and Hams in North Carolina celebrate a beloved Hams' 106th birthday. All this and more as Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2396 comes your way right now.
From around the world, this is Newsline, amateur radio's first independent on-the-air news and bulletin service. Now, reporting from Wadsworth, Ohio, here's Stephen Kinford, N8WB.
Our top story this week highlights a very public special event inspired by Ham's very personal story. A special event call sign is often used to celebrate or honor a person or cause, but this call sign is going on the air very soon in Australia to educate. The subject is a rare and troublesome medical condition. We hear more from John Williams, VK4JJW.
In 1989, Bernie Terry, VK4KX, was diagnosed with acromegaly, a rare condition resulting from an overproduction of growth hormones in the pituitary gland. Other health problems such as diabetes and cardiomyopathy can accompany it. Bernie writes on his QRZ.com page that although surgery can help some patients, it did not resolve things for him. He decided that even as he attempts to manage the condition and its various related issues, he'll be on the air as VI4ACRO, that's VI4ACRO, throughout the month of November. His goal is to raise awareness about this condition and to encourage people to learn more about it. Bernie said he'll have the assistance of at least one other operator with the condition, Eric, VK4XR, and he's hoping to find other hams willing to take the time to get on the air. The call sign will be active only during the month of November, kicking off on the 1st of the month, which is International Acromegaly Awareness Day. See the QRZ.com page for VI4ACRO, VI4ACRO, for additional QSO details, or to contact Bernie if you can operate during the month. This is John Williams, VK4JJW.
It took a few years of planning and then a 3-year interruption during the COVID-19 pandemic, but now an International Conference of Amateurs is preparing to gather again in Croatia, as we hear from Jeremy Boot, G4NGH.
Inspired by the radio club Porridge 9A1P, which takes its name from the Croatian town on the coast of the Adriatic Sea, the second Istria Contest Conference is scheduled for October the 6th, 7th and 8th and has been attracting a lot of attention. The pandemic called everything to a halt, and organizers waited years for last year's inaugural gathering to happen. Already next month's second event is drawing international attendance to the Croatian region known as Istria. One of the organizers, Mirko 9A6KX, told Newsline that hams have already reserved spots from New Zealand, Saudi Arabia, Germany, Austria, Italy, Hungary, and much of the rest of Europe. Not surprisingly, the program material is not limited to contesting. Presenters include the popular YouTube channel producer and blogger Raisa, R1PIG/087BG, who will speak on Wales' prominent roles in amateur radio, and a number of youth-related forums. There will also be live video calls with 2D expeditions, the 5W0LM operation on Samoa and W8S on Swains Island. For details, visit the link that appears in the text version of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. This is Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
With a hope for clear skies on Saturday, October 14th, a small group of SOTA enthusiasts in Oregon will be climbing the peaks, not just for a chance at summit-to-summit contacts, but to stop long enough to experience a total eclipse of the sun from an elevation. Andy Morrison, K9AWM, has that story for us.
Hams who are also fans of SOTA activations and camping out don't really need an excuse like an eclipse to make a big weekend event happen. But Tim, N7KOM, and his friends are seizing the moment anyway in Oregon. The state's southeastern region is in the path of totality for the annular eclipse, and that is as good an occasion as any for a hike up to Drake Peak, SOTA designation W70/CE002, and and Light Peak W70/004. Riding on the Soda Reflector, Tim announced his own plans to camp at Mud Creek Campground and arrive on one of the summits by 9:20 local time. His rig and, of course, his camera will be ready. Any operators wanting to contact him in advance should email him at timn7kom@gmail.com. He is willing to bulk order viewing glasses to wear so everyone can safely view the event. The weekend doesn't end when the eclipse is gone, however. Tim expects to keep getting more summits right up through Sunday afternoon. This is Andy Morrison, K9AWM.
AMSAT has announced 2 keynote speakers for the 41st Annual Space Symposium and Annual General Meeting, as we hear from Kevin Trotman, N5PRE.
2 notable radio amateurs will be presenting at the banquet being held at the AMSAT Space Symposium in Texas on October 20th and 21st. AMSAT has announced that the keynote speaker will be Bob Twiggs, KE6QMD, who is a co-inventor of the form factor for the popular miniature satellites known as CubeSats. He will be joined by Nick Pugh, K5QXJ, a telecommunications technology specialist. Nick's notable efforts have included the help he has given the college team at the University of Louisiana, Lafayette, to be the first campus team of its kind to build and launch satellites. Meanwhile, if you want to be a presenter at the symposium, AMSAT is still accepting papers on topics that are related to amateur satellites. Final copies of the symposium papers are due by the 12th of October. But in the meantime, AMSAT would like to receive a tentative title for the talk. Send abstracts and papers to Dan Schultz, N8FGV, at n8fgv@amsat.org. October promises to be a busy time for satellite enthusiasts everywhere. Just a week before the symposium in Texas, AMSAT UK will be holding its 2023 colloquium on the 14th and 15th of October in Milton Keynes, alongside the Radio Society of Great Britain's convention. The weekend will include the annual general meeting of AMSAT UK and, of course, the gala dinner. For details, visit the website that appears in the text version of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. This is Kevin Trotman, N5PRE.
In Tennessee, some newly licensed hams are adding vital skills to the state's Medical Reserve Corps. Skeeter Nash, N5ASH, has those details.
Andrew Albertson, KN4CTG, has a little extra pride in his voice when he talks about the latest group of technician class amateurs who passed their license exam in Tennessee. That's because they are graduates of a class he taught. They're not just new hams, but volunteers with the Tennessee Medical Reserve Corps, which began offering the classes last year. The MRC is giving a new priority to encouraging members to get their amateur radio licenses. The Tennessee MRC, which is overseen by the Tennessee Department of Health, is part of a national network of more than 200,000 volunteers. Andrew told Newsline that he began teaching the classes last year after Melanie Grant, KQ4ARE, coordinator for the MRC's South Tennessee area, asked if he would be willing to help expand the volunteer skill set in that region to include communications. Since then, he has also taught classes in the Tennessee's MRC in the nearby Upper Cumberland region. The goal, he said, is to have a total of 50 to 60 volunteers licensed between the two regions to provide what he called an organic capability in communication within the ranks of the volunteers. The MRC does not replicate the work of ARES or RACES. Its mission is to be part of a larger public health response in the event of a crisis. Andrew told Newsline in a phone interview, quote, "By offering this, we can have a much more capable MRC without having to rely on other groups," end quote. He said he will be gearing up shortly for the next classes, which are free and use a modified curriculum based on ARRL materials. The 16-hour course is offered over a 3-day span. The technician license test is given at the conclusion. Andrew said that anyone interested in joining the Tennessee Medical Reserve Corps should visit the website. You can find a link in the text version of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. This is Skeeter Nash, N5ASH.
Time for you to identify your station. We're the Amateur Radio Newsline, heard on bulletin stations around the world, including WA5AIR, the Texas Link system, which carries Newsline on 7 repeaters on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 7 p.m. local time. Hams of all Ages spent 2 days at a beautiful World Heritage Site in India where they devoted their efforts to the advancement of science and the art of radio. We have those details from Graham Kemp, BK4BB.
More than 200 radio amateurs came to West Bengal, India, from around the world for 2 days of sessions and workshops designed to expand skills and knowledge in the ever-evolving science of ham radio. The Oscar Amateur Radio Convention was held September 23 and 24 at the UNESCO World Heritage Site, known as Shanti Niketan, considered an epicenter of education and literature. Special sessions were devoted in particular to engaging more YLs and more youth in amateur radio. Steve Schaaf, KN6TKO, presented a forum introducing digital radio. Satellite enthusiasts got a chance to experience amateur satellite communication via the geostationary satellite QO100 as contacts were logged between Qatar and India. One of the core presentations focused on nurturing the spirit of experimentation among high school students. The session was called Maximizing High-Frequency DX Success, Antennas, Propagation, Etiquette, and Planning. This is Graham Kemp, VK4BB.
The United States Marine Corps is inviting hams to get in the running and support one of the nation's largest marathons without even lacing up their running shoes. Patrick Clark, K8TAC, explains how.
It's called the Marine Corps Marathon, but it is also known as the People's Marathon. Running through Washington, D.C. and nearby Arlington County, Virginia, the race is a showcase of discipline and physical fitness, the kind of traits espoused by the United States Marines. The organizing team needs an estimated 150 ham radio operators at the event to help ensure the runners stay safe as they make their way through the nation's capital on Sunday, October 29th. More than 29,000 runners are expected to participate. To volunteer for this important event, you can sign up online, select what assignment you want, and then create your profile. Hams who volunteer will be part of a critical communication network designed to ensure safety among runners, spectators, and even fellow radio operators. Hams will need to attend one training session before the race and have access to an HT with VHF capacity and enough battery power to last for 12 hours. For other details or to volunteer, see the link in the text version of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. This is Patrick Clark, K8TAC.
Congratulations to the ARRL Foundation, which is celebrating a half-century of philanthropic work on behalf of the amateur radio community. The foundation, which operates in partnership with the ARRL, provides grants to clubs, scholarships to students, and gives other gifts in support of keeping ham radio vibrant for the next generation of operators. According to the ARRL website, the nonprofit organization reported in its most recent annual audit that it had $8 million in assets. It has been a long journey for the small charity that had simple beginnings in September of 1973 when it was formed with $1,000 and the efforts of a number of members of the League's board of directors. Larry Shima, W0PAN, is the sole surviving member of the original board of the foundation. He says on the ARRL website that he is particularly proud of the scholarship recipients that the foundation has been able to support over the years. The ARRL said it expects to award more than 100 scholarships next year in amounts ranging from $500 to $25,000. In the world of DX, be listening for Elvira IV3FSG operating as 6W/IV3FSG from Senegal between the 26th of September and the 16th of October. She is operating SSB and the digital modes in her spare time. See QRZ.com for QSL details. SEPO OH1VR is on the air as SV9/OH1VR from Crete, IOTA number EU 015 from the 28th of September to the 3rd of October. SEPA will be operating mainly CW and can be found on 160 through 6 meters QSL direct to his home call. Be listening for Maurizio IK2GZU operating as 5H3MB from Tanzania from the 8th of September until the 8th of December, in between doing volunteer work at a local orphanage. He will be operating SSB, CW, and the digital modes on 80 to 10 meters. See QRZ.com for QSL details. The Wireless Institute of Australia is celebrating the milestone of 90 years of publishing its official journal, Amateur Radio. The WIA has reserved a special event call sign VK90AR that any WIA member or affiliated club can use through December 31st to help with the celebration. See QRZ.com for QSL details. We end this week's newscast with a party. It's a birthday party for a ham who has just turned 106 years old. And you're invited. Here's Ralph Squilacci, KK6ITV.
3 years ago, when he turned 103, Oscar Norris, W4OXH, had to settle for a celebration that amounted to being a drive-through birthday party. It was the middle of the pandemic, and to keep everyone safe, well-wishers' cars rolled past the North Carolina Assisted Living Center where Oscar lives and kept the party moving, literally. This year, as the oldest active ham in the state, and perhaps even the nation, welcomed the age of 106, he was finally able to welcome his guests in person. His ham friends and his church friends mingled and celebrated the man everyone calls Grandpa. 2 days before his actual birth date, he was already doing one of the happiest meet and greets of a lifetime. For many of those attending, it has indeed been a lifetime, and more. Tony Jones, N4ATJ, president of the Gaston Radio Club in Gastonia, North Carolina, was a 14-year-old boy when Oscar handed him a book and encouraged him to study for his license. When Tony later got another license, the one that put him behind the wheel of a car, he would drive a lot with Oscar, who became blind after an eye infection more than 70 years ago. Tony told Newsline, quote, "Oscar is a legend here." End quote. If you couldn't get to Cortlandt Terrace Assisted Living for the party on the 23rd of September, you can still join the celebration, wherever in the world you may be, by listening for the call sign N10. North Carolina's biggest ham radio fans of Oscar Norris are using that call sign until the 1st of October, working from their home QTH or even going to activate a POTA station. Tony said it is because Oscar has been a friend and an Elmer to everyone throughout his exceptionally long life. He said, quote, "This is all to honor our beloved Oscar. He is one of a kind and means the world to all of us." End quote. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Ralph Squilacci, KK6ITB.
If you have a piece of amateur radio news that you think Newsline would be interested in, send it on. We're not talking about advertising your club's upcoming Hamfest or field day participation, but something that's out of the ordinary. If so, send us a brief overview via the contact page at arnewsline.org. If it's newsworthy and we'd like to cover it, we'll get back to you for more details. Meanwhile, give some thought to the true poetry of amateur radio and let your literary self shine through. Visit our website to learn more about the Amateur Radio Newsline Haiku Challenge. Use the entry form on our website, and please follow the rules for the number of syllables you must use to write your 3-line haiku. With thanks to Amateur Radio Daily, Andrew Alberton, K9, 4, CTG, CQ Magazine, David Bihar, K7, DV, Enigma Reloaded, 425 DX News, Facebook, Gaston Gazette, Intrepid-DX Group, Mirko, 9A6KX, QSO Today, Sequiv Ahmed, VU3HZW, shortwaveradio.de, Tony Jones, N4ATJ, Wireless Institute of Australia, and you, our listeners. That's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind our listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer, nonprofit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operation, and if you wish to support us, please visit our website at airnewsline.org and know that we appreciate you all. We also remind our listeners that if you like our newscast, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Terry and Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York and our news team worldwide, I'm Stephen Kinford, NAWB in Wadsworth, Ohio, saying 73. As always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2023, all rights reserved.
W8WKY, time out.
the weekly Serenette, featuring club news, trivia, and check-ins from some of the nicest hams in the universe starts in 5 minutes. Get ready for the weekly Serenet starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, Sarah and friends. CQ, this is the W8WKY calling CQ for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Net. My name is Gary. My personal call is Alpha 8 Charlie Sierra, and I'll be your net control operator this evening using the club called W8WKY. We meet on this repeater every Tuesday night at the most palatable hour of 8 p.m. And we encourage all amateurs to participate. This is a controlled net. Please direct traffic through net control. As always, priority or emergency traffic may break into this net at any time. Tonight, we will take in and out traffic first, followed by a round of regular check-ins. Then we'll turn it over to my trusty sidekick, the master of trivia. Yeah, you heard that right. Tonight, Eric's going to be with us, W8E, with another one of his super fabulistic trivia questions. Before we get started, just a couple of announcements. All right, we have a VE session coming up here on October 7th. That's this Saturday, October 7th. That's going to be at the Sharon Center United Methodist Church, 6407 Ridge Road, Wadsworth, Ohio, 44281. Yeah, there's a zip code for you. We do ask that you pre-register. However, walk-ins are accepted. Please go to our webpage, w8wky.org, and click on the Education tab. And underneath the Education tab, License Exams, and all the information you need, including a link to pre-register, is available there. So VE session, October 7th at the Sharon Center United Methodist Church. And the T-shirt contest is on. Voting is commencing. We have 8 designs that were turned in. We're looking for anybody and everybody who participates in the barometer net. And quite honestly, I don't care even if you are a listener. If you're a listener, go to w8wky.org. Right on the homepage there, it'll talk about the T-shirt contest for the barometer net, and just click on that, and you can register to vote. And again, you do not have to be a club member to participate in this. We are having a really exceptional count in terms of the number of people that are voting, which is quite encouraging. And I do encourage everyone who hasn't voted to step on up and cast a vote. The Barometer Net T-shirt contest will culminate. I think that date's the 23rd. I don't have that in front of me, but October 23rd, I believe, if that's a Saturday, that's the date. And we will have a luncheon and shirt delivery. Also, let me just add, if you can't make the luncheon, you can always pay for shipping. That's always an option. Okay, that's all I have for the moment. Does anyone else have any announcements for the good of the cause? Please call W8WKY.
W03X.
W8.
W03X, this is AAHCS doing business as W8WKY this evening. Go ahead, John, with your traffic.
Good evening, Gary. Yes, this Sunday, October 8th, at 1:30 p.m., starts the technician license class. So I recommend to register now let anybody know that wants to get their amateur radio license that this is happening, and have them register now so that they can get the book in time for the class on Sunday. So go to www.cfarc.org, click on education, and on the left side is about the class, and scroll down, reviewing the slides, and then there's a link to register, which I think is on the first page there. So that's the story on that. So my recommendation: register today. Anybody in the world can register for this. There's no fee, except you have to have the book. So with that, back to the net. This is WO3X.
WO3X, this is WAWKY. Okay, John, thank you for that. That's great information. If anybody's interested in a technician class online, check out cfarc.org. Also, John, while I got you on the horn here, did you vote in the Barometer Net T-shirt contest? Over.
Not yet, but I'm going to because for 15 years I checked into that on my way to work. So that was a lot of fun. I'm sleeping now when that's going on since I'm retired. Let's see, was it 15 years? Maybe it was more than that. Oh, no, 15 years, yeah. Yeah, I'll be voting.
All right, John. I know you were a long-time participant in that net, and just checking on you. That's what the secret police does around here. They check on you. Anyway, John, thanks for being here this evening, and thanks for your traffic. We really appreciate that. All right. Let me tell you, you can vote. You can still vote at w8wky.org. You can still vote on the T-shirt design through tomorrow, Wednesday. We'll knock it off probably around 5-6 o'clock, whenever I can get that handled. But that'll be it. That'll be the end of it. We're going to then submit the design to the vendor, and then all will be good. So with that, that's that announcement. That's CFARC's announcement. And is there anything else for the good of the cause? Please call W8WKY. All righty, here we go. When? Let's see, when? No, not when. As I mentioned, we'll do in and out traffic first, followed by a round of regular check-ins. When? There we go. There's the when. When checking in, please give me your call sign, your name, and your location. And remember, I'm old, senile, and hard of hearing, so please be kind. At this time, I'll take in and out traffic for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Net. Please call W8WKY.
Whiskey Bravo 8, Victor Mike Whiskey, Jim in Barberton, number 1. I'm prejudiced, though. Q8, Sarah, Sir, Martin and Wadsworth, NNL.
Kilo Bravo 8, Victor, Hotel Mike, Tom and Green, in and out.
E8, Charlie Tango Mike, Carriot, Portage Lakes, in and out.
Kilo Delta 8, Echo Papa Charlie, KD8, EPC, Dustin and Medina, in and out.
KF8G, Brian in Norton, in and out.
NAVXQ, Perry and Perry's Township. I'll be in and out.
Kilo Echo 8, India, Mike Echo, David Sterling, in and out.
Kilo Delta 8, November Echo Oscar, KD8 NEO, Darrell in Holmes County, in and out.
Kilo Echo 8, Victor Yankee Hotel, Kyle in Worcester, in and out.
All right, nicely done. Here's the lineup, WB8VMW. Good evening, Jim. Good to hear you this evening. And tell that lovely wife of yours that I said hello. KE8SFS was next. KB8VHM, W8CTM. Good evening, Carrie. We'll see you on Thursday morning at the ungodly hour of 7 a.m. KD8EPC was next. KF8G, sometimes known as G8FK, depending on what kind of mood you're in. Good evening, Brian. N8VXQ, Perry, the only guy I know that has a township named after him. Yeah, that's pretty cool. N8VXQ was in there. KE8IME, KE8NEO, and Kyle was in there last, in and out traffic, KE8VYH. All right, thank you for that. We'll give one more call for in and out traffic if you would like to join us. And have no traffic, please call W8WKY. All right, hearing nothing. I guess that's the in and out traffic. Let's see, what else do we have going on here? Regular check-ins. Yeah, that's what we'll do. All right, if you'd like to participate in tonight's net and experience the fabulous, absolutely fabulous trivia question by the literal master of trivia, W8ELM. Now's your opportunity. Please call W8WKY.
N8EI, Jason in Norton.
Kilo, Charlie 3, Quebec, Foxtrot Charlie, KC3, QSC, New York.
This is Kilo Delta 8, Sierra Lima Golf, KD8 SLG, Nick in Orville.
W8 GMF, Gary in Worcester.
Whiskey, Victor, 3 Kilo, Phil in Canal Fulton.
This is Kilo Echo 8, Victor Quebec X-Ray, Joe in Akron, KE8VQX.
November Tango 8 Delta, NTAD, Dave and Company.
John in Massillon.
Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango, Tom in Canton.
Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha, Eric in Strongsville.
Whiskey Oscar 3 X-Ray, John in Cuyahoga Falls.
W8WKY.
All right, here we go. N8EI, KC3QSC, KD8SLG, W8GMF, WV3K, KE8VQX, NT8D, KE8UIB, KA8MNT, and KE8VZA, and last but not least, my favorite zero station, WO3X. Oh, man, I got to quit doing that. Anyway, let's put out another call for regular check-ins for the Sarah Tuesday Night Net. Let's call this Tantalizing Tuesday Night Net, huh? Maybe that'll entice some more people to jump in here. Tantalizing Tuesday Night Net, please call W8WKY.
All right, we'll try it again. Gary, King Charles 8, Fox Queen Victor, Mark Nora, KC8, FQV. I was right after Tom, I thought.
Kilo, Charlie, 8, Hotel, Delta, Papa, KC8, HDP, Jerry in Shreve.
November 8, Whiskey Sugar, Bill in New London. Gary, check me in and out if you would, please. Thank you. N8WS.
Kilo, Golf, 4, Sierra, Charlie, Kilo, KG4, SCK, Mark Copley.
All righty, again, nicely done. Yeah, we got you, Mark, and now we're complete. We are absolutely complete. Good to hear you this evening. KC8FQV, KC8HDP, the epitome of a checker entered. Jerry, again, wonderful job. N8WS, the National Weather Service, is in and out. Bill, you got to be cooking on some hot DX or something, or you would stay with us, I'm sure. But at any rate, we'll talk to you again on, at least I will, on Thursday. N8WS is there, and Bill, don't forget to vote on your favorite Barometer Net T-shirt design. Boy, I had a hard time getting that out. Anyway, and lastly but not leastly, from Copley, KG4 SCK. Right, let me take this moment, re-identify this as the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tantalizing Tuesday Night Sarah Clubnet, and I'm going to turn it over to the master of trivia, Eric, W8ELM, for tonight's question. Eric, take it away.
This is W8ELM, and I'm afraid you're going to be very disappointed tonight, Gary. You'll have to drop me down at least 2 notches, but here it is at any rate. Tomorrow, Wednesday, October 4, at approximately 2:20 p.m. local time, FEMA and the FCC will conduct a nationwide test of which 2 emergency systems. Again, tomorrow, Wednesday, October 4th, at approximately 2:20 p.m. local time, FEMA and the FCC will conduct a nationwide test of which 2 emergency systems. And I'm going to give them as abbreviations or acronyms as the case may be. Otherwise, I think it's going to be entirely too simple. At any rate, I'm going to get a little time, and here are your choices. For A alpha, EAF and WEA, that is Echo Alpha Sierra and Whiskey Echo Alpha. B Bravo, EBF and DEW, that is Echo Bravo Sierra and Delta Echo Whiskey. C Charlie, Conelrad and NWS, That's Conelrad and November Whiskey Sierra. And D Delta, ICS, and EWS. That's India Charlie Sierra and Echo Whiskey Sierra. And I'll give them again without the phonetics. A is EAS and WEA. B is EBS and DEW. C is Conelrad and NWS. And D is ICS and EWS. Back to net. This is WADLM.
All right. Yeah, WADLM. This is WAWKY. There you go. There you go. Man, I'm telling you, I don't know this. I don't know this. I really don't. I think it was. Oh man, I really don't even know. So I think what I'm going to do is guess. And normally when I have to guess, you know what I take is letter C. However, in this case, Eric is the creator of the distractors, which means that I don't know. I don't think he would do C. So I'm not going to go with C, so that eliminates that. All right, I'm going to go with Alpha. I'll go with Alpha. What the heck? Great question, Eric. As usual, you do a super fabulistic job, and we are so happy to have you with us. And I'll tell you, when you do these questions, it's always a treat. Okay, let's get her going here. NADI, Jason, take it away and lead us off. What's your answer to the trivia question, and what do you have for the net this evening?
Well, good evening there, Gary, Eric, all on the net. This is NADI. I am checking in here this evening with both Enzo and Maverick, who are asleep at the bottom of a chair here. So they would say hello, but they're both exhausted from a day of nothing. So these little dogs have the life. For the trivia question, put me down for A, I believe. We'll see how that pans out. And I wanted to make sure that Nick, KD8SLG, is aware that I have checked into the net this evening. So that is the most important thing from this entire trek-in here, is that Nick knows that I'm here. Other than that, just wanted to say good evening. Hope everyone has had a nice day, nice and sunny, unusually warm October. And get out there, vote for the T-shirts, and look forward to talking to everyone at the next meeting, or if not sooner. So with that, I'm going to send it back to Net Control. This is NADI.
W8WKY.
All right, Jason, Maverick, and Enzo at your feet. That is that's great. Two fabulous pups, that's for sure. All right, got you down for Alpha there, Jason. We'll clear with NADI, and by the way, KD8SLG, please make note that NADI is in the log. Just want to make sure that that's handled. So we'll break with NADI and pick up KC3QFC. Mike, FedEx Mike to be exact. How you doing this evening?
WAWKY, Kilo Charlie 3, Quebec Foxtrot Charlie. We are doing, we're doing good tonight, I guess. I slept in an extra hour. Oh, I really hate when I do that. Sign up, log into the logbook, turn the logbook on, sit down for a minute, and wake up an hour later. So, yay me. I just shortened myself an hour. Trivia, I have no idea. My head hurts. I cannot process all those letters and understand their acronyms. You guys got me on this one, so I'll go with your option out. So we'll go with C, Charlie, just to have the number or letter covered. Not a whole lot going on here. Did see yesterday on my travels back to the home terminal there that it seems like FedEx Ground has had an accident. It looks like somebody rear-ended an entire set and destroyed 2 trailers. Not really sure what happened there, but I have a feeling that weather was involved because we've had such dense fog. So, other than that, I think everybody was okay out of that, too. Other than that, well, you know what? I'll be smart. Hey, Nick, N8EI checked in, just in case you didn't catch the first 2 times. Hi. With that, back to net control. EC3, Kiss.
KC3QFC, W8WKY. All right, Mike. Yeah, that's good to remind Nick of things. You know, he has a way of displacing more than just air. So we'll leave it at that. And Mike, my adage is any accident. First off, you don't want any accidents, but if you do have an accident and you walk away from it, it's a good accident. So at least that's the way I believe. Okay, we'll clear with KC3QFC. And by the way, Mike, be safe out there, buddy. We're counting on you to be safe and deliver all of our Amazon goodies. We'll clear with QFC, and we'll pick up KD8SLG. Just want to make sure that you have noted that N8EI is in the log, in case you missed that. KD8SLG, W8WKY. Go ahead, Nick.
W8WKY, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Gary, and all of the Sarah Club netizens in here tonight, and everybody who isn't a club member as well. And did N8EI check in yet? Actually, I'm painfully aware of it because, you know, I like to be the first on the list to have first crack at Eric's trivia questions, and Jason stomped all over me there on the first check-in. I was all poised with my finger on the push-to-talk, just like WB8 VMW just trained me to quick key, and he still beat me in there. Jason, thanks for being here tonight. It's great talking to you this afternoon. Next up, we've got haikus. As long as they ask for them, I got one every Tuesday night. Tonight I've got 2. AA8CS, Master of Ceremonies for Sarah Club Net. Barometer Net, T-shirt voting is open. Let your voice be heard. On to trivia. I may have an unfair advantage because I actually did spend a little time the last couple of days reading up on some of the conspiracy theories, and I'm pretty sure my favorite is that the emergency broadcast tone will activate nanoparticles of graphene oxide that were introduced into your body with the COVID-19 vaccines. Keep that in mind. I'm going to go with Alpha as my choice because I think I recognize those 2 acronyms. Gary, have some fun. KD8SLG, back to net control.
KD8SLG, W8WKY. All right, Nick. Well, thanks for reading my little haiku. I kind of got excited about that. When you first said it, I had to look it up and see what the heck that was. I had no idea. But a form of Japanese poetry, 5 syllables, 7 syllables, and 5 syllables, I think it is. So as long as you kind of adhere to that. Oh, the other thing, it can't rhyme either. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, Nick, NADI is in the log. He did check in, and he wanted me to make sure that you heard him. So there you have it. All right. I think you chose A, and Mike chose C, just in case I don't think I called that one back. So we'll clear with SLG and pick up WAGMF. Good afternoon-ish. Evening, perhaps. It depends on your perspective on chronology. WAGMF, WAWKY, good evening, Gary. WAGMF, this is WAWKY. Are you still with us?
I am. Apologize for being a little slow on the trigger here. I don't really have too much to add tonight except say hi to everybody, and I will pick A for the trivia. And thanks for coming back to me, WAGMF.
All right, Gary, no worries there, sir. Always a pleasure to have you on the net. We certainly appreciate your participation. Okay, we'll clear with WAGMF. We'll pick up Phil, WV3K. Good evening, Phil. What do you have for us?
ACS for WAWKY. Hello, Gary. What a show we're having tonight. I think we're all going to have us proceeding behind you there to get that Sullivan show. Oh, funny boy. Anyway, I just want to say hello to everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. And I'm going to just state I should really be answering the question because like Nick, his prelude is what I also read, and I was on top of that stuff earlier, and I don't want to spoil it for everybody else. So I kind of picked that up on my email, and I don't want to take that away from anyone having fun. But I just want to say hello to everyone on the net and those that are listening. It's nice to hear everyone in there. In fact, I wanted to ask you a question. I'm going to take a break for a sec. The XYL is interested in one of the barometer T-shirts, and I told her I would ask. So I'm going to pass that along, and she's into T-shirts. So anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I voted. I hope you got my vote. I was kind of wandering between a couple, and there was two that I really liked a lot. It's too bad you couldn't put the opposite print on the other side of the T-shirt because they were both really good. Anyway, I'm going to turn this back over to Net Control, and I hope that Nick and our Dustin is both of them are doing much better and feeling better. And much prayers and love from our family to everyone out there. Take care, Gary, and the rest of the crew, Motley crew, as you call it, and also all the people that are participating and fellowshipping together. W8KY, W8WKY. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Take care, Gary. Good talking to you all.
W8WKY.
All right, Phil. One correction. It's not a motley crew because I call it that. It's a motley crew because they are motley. I mean, it's real simple. They're motley, so it becomes a motley crew. Anyway, thanks, Phil. And as far as, yeah, of course, anybody who wants to advertise the barometer net is certainly welcome. It doesn't matter. We're going to vote on the design. Like I said, it's going to be over tomorrow early evening around 5 or 6. and that'll be that, and then we'll submit it. We'll get them printed up, and then probably that weekend, maybe by Friday, we're going to have the sale commence. So we'll have the sale. We'll take orders from like Friday through the weekend, and then I believe I talked to John today, so I believe he said that I could submit the orders on Monday and still have time to get them for the delivery and a luncheon at Ray's Place in Fairlawn. It's going to be a fun event, and I am so looking forward to eyeball QSOs with all of you, that's for sure. Okay, Phil, thanks for being here. And again, KD8SLG, N8EI is in the log. I just wanted to make sure you got that information. Okay, we'll clear with WV3K. And let's pick up Joe, KE8VQX. Good evening, Joe. How you doing, and what do you have for us tonight?
W8WKY, this is KE8VQX. Buenas noches, El Presidente, and everyone else. Just smiling and laughing at all the banter going back and forth. It's been really fun. As far as the trivia goes, I'm pretty sure I read about this morning early when I was indisposed. And I'm going to go with choice B as in Bravo. Could be wrong, but that's what we're going with. So anyway, hope everyone has a nice night. Again, very fun. And look forward to hearing everybody again sometime, hopefully soon. KE8VQX, back to net control.
All right, Joe, got you down for Bravo. Thanks for stopping by this evening. We appreciate it. We appreciate your participation in this wonderful net, and hope you win. I hope you win. KE8VQX, we'll clear with you. Let's pick up Dave in Copley, NT8D, W8WKY. How are you doing this evening, Dave? And man, my phone's blowing up for some reason. Wow. Okay, Dave, take it away.
You're just a popular guy there, Gary. I'm well, a little tired, a little sore. Had a great weekend. Put the boat in the water 3 days in a row, and a couple of days up in Fairport Harbor over Saturday and Sunday, and Dustin was out with me at Chippewa on Friday. Let's see. I took the carburetor apart today on the motor and cleaned that out. I ordered a new fuel pump in case that might be my problem. I'm having some outboard issues with this little outboard. But that's okay. It's a sailboat. So my buddy towed us up the river from his house on Sunday after I sailed Saturday, and we sailed around the harbor for a couple hours, and we sailed right up onto the dock when we were done and put her on the trailer, and I brought her home. So we're doing a little engine work this week. But other than that, that's been going pretty well, I suppose. Let's see. What else? Anything? I already voted for the T-shirt contest. I'm really looking forward to seeing who wins. I was really happy to see how many entries there were. That was terrific. I gotta go check out the details on that luncheon. I started taking notes on that, but that sounds like fun. I'll try to make it to that as well. I was going to be the first one to pick Bravo, but somebody else just picked it before me, but I'll just stick with that as my guess. Kind of like got lost in all the letters. It almost sounded like algebra to me. Getting into math there. I don't know. Just lots of letters. Sounds like math. Anyways, Gary, terrific. Nice to see everybody. Maybe we'll see folks on Saturday at Bob's celebration, and Just wishing everybody the best, and it's just so fun to be a part of this group. W8WKY and TAD.
Okay, Dave. Yeah, I'll see you there on Saturday. Also on Sunday. I didn't advertise this because it's not a whole lot of. It's going to be held at the nursing home where Russ, WB8UPA, is located. It's his birthday, and his lovely wife is going to have a celebration. I'm going to run up there for that as well. Yeah, it's been kind of a sad period, got to tell you. Bob and Lenny and I mean it's just been kind of sad. A little bit of sadness, but I guess that's life. Circle of Life. I know that song and that whole concept from The Lion King. Yeah. Yep. I also learned it from South Park because I've learned everything I need to know about life from South Park. All right, we'll clear with NTAD, and let's pick up the $5 Dream. That's what I'm talking about. KE8UIB. This is AA8CS. Doing business tonight as W8WKY.
W8WKY from KA8UIB. Good evening, Gary, and everybody out there on the net. And we'll start off first thing first with the trivia question. I did find this one kind of interesting. Me and my boss have been talking about this the last few days, and me being in ham radio, he's asked me about it quite a bit, and and he keeps seeing all these little conspiracy pop-ups, and so we've done some researching too and stuff, and I agree with Nick, and I'm going to go with Alpha on this because those are letters I've recognized and read, so that makes sense to me. So Alpha will be my answer tonight. With that, the T-shirt contest. That's a really great job, guys, on those entries. Every design was a really great design, and this is coming from a guy who prints T-shirts for a living, so I see designs all day long, and I really liked them, you guys. They were really, really nice designs. And I casted in my vote, and get the wife in her vote, and so with that, just really good job, guys. And let me pause here for a second. All right, and with that, you guys know I love to live the $5 dream. It is something I try to perfect, that is for sure. And it's definitely a nickel at a time. And with that, this is KE8UIB. Back to net control, 7-3, y'all. Oh, and Gary, yes, Monday the 9th is fine.
All right, you heard it right from the horse's mouth. Not that I'm calling John a horse. I'd never do that, of course. Never a horse. Anyway, okay, so we'll get that order to him on that Monday. So we're going to have the entire weekend to order T-shirts. So that's what you're going to be doing next weekend, folks, is ordering T-shirts. And Phil, if you're still listening, order one for your lovely wife. Absolutely. Okay, John. Oh, and if you didn't catch the innuendo there, John is the vendor in question, and we're going to let him hopefully. I just don't want to experience the issues that we had with the other place. And John assured me, based on his 17 years of experience, that we will have no issues. So there you have it. All right, John, thank you so much. It's been great talking to you. And I got to tell you one thing. 73, y'all. Right back at you, buddy. KE8UIB will clear with you, and let's pick up KA8MNT. Good evening, Tom. What you got for us?
What else is going on here? Oh, trivia, before I forget, I'm going to go with answer Bravo. And this past weekend, I survived my son's frat dad's weekend down at Miami U. And, frat weekend, beer, yeah, there was some beer involved. It culminated with a really nice yard party with a live band on Saturday night, which was really cool. And my son and I had brunch Sunday before I headed back. It was really nice. See, what else? That's about all tonight. Thanks for running the net, Gary. And everybody have a good week. This is KE8VZA. Back to you, Gary.
All right, Eric, thank you for that. I got the end of it. I must have hit a button on my radio or something and got pulled off frequency and anyway, whatever happened, I did call for Tom there. He didn't come back. Then I called for VZA, Eric. And as far as I was concerned, you didn't come back. But then, anyway, another one of my many blunders. Impeachable blunders, by the way. I just want to add that. Okay, let's clear with VZA. Eric, thanks for being here. We appreciate that. And let's see. Let's circle back, which is where I was with Tom, KA8MNT. You with me, Tom? And I apologize for the mishap here.
W8WKY, this is KA8MNT. No need to apologize, Gary, because when I lit up on the key, the other fellow there was talking. And I looked at my radio, and I was off frequency and probably was blanking out the rest of it. So I apologize for that. I usually look at my radio before I key up, and I didn't do it this time. But anyhow, as I said, my better half, KE8OPT, selected A. And as you know, happy wife, happy life, so that's what we're going to go with. I also said that the T-shirts for all 8 designs were fantastic. And one question, everything that I've seen on this October 21st get-together at Ray's doesn't actually have a time unless lunch means at noon. So if you could clarify that, I'd be happy. And that's about all I've got. So I'm going to turn everything back over to W8WKY. This is KA8MNT.
All right, Tom. Yeah, I don't know what I did with this thing, but I don't know. I don't know what I did. But I certainly screwed things up. I got you down for Alpha. Let's get that out of the way. And it's gonna be a luncheon. It's Saturday, and they open at 11. Matter of fact, that's during the week. I normally go there during the week. I thought that would be kind of central, actually, between our friends in the north and our friends in the south. And it's close to me. So being the self-serving person that I am, so we're going to go to Ray's. They have a nice area out there, and it'll be a lot of fun. So time-wise, they open at 11. I'm thinking if we gather from 11:30 to 12, maybe. I'm going to double check the time though, and we'll start announcing that here pretty soon. We got a little bit of time for me to work out those details, but that's pretty much the scoop, Tom. And thanks for asking the question. That's information that really needed to get out to folks. All right, Tom. Anything else for the group before I move on?
No, that's about it. I appreciate you giving at least an approximate time at this point, so I can fit it into our schedule here. So with that, as I always say, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep smiling. This is KA8MNT. Back to the net.
All right. right, Tom. Yeah, I try to smile often. I really do. But it is your jokes in the morning that keep me smiling. And geez Louise, you could have had one for us this evening too. Just saying. But I'm not going to hold that against you, I promise. Okay, we'll clear with MNT. Let me go back to KE8VZA. Eric, I didn't hear the beginning of what you were saying, but I heard the end, and you were coming in loud and clear, so I screwed something up on this radio. I hope everybody else heard your broadcast as well, or your transmission, I should say. KE8VZA, Eric, anything else for us?
W8WKY, this is KE8VZA returning here. No, nothing else. I just was talking about the brilliant T-shirt designs, and it was really tough deciding on one to vote for, but I did it. And survived frat weekend down at Miami U, Dad's weekend. And thanks for running the net, Gary. And I look forward to seeing everybody on the 21st at Ray's. That sounds like a fun time. This is KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, Eric. Oh, man, I forgot that you were doing that, and you did mention it earlier, during the barometer net last week. So you survived. I've never, I know my daughter's sorority had parents' weekend one time. I don't. When I was in school, there was no. The fraternity did not have a dad's weekend. There was a lot of out-of-state people at this school, and anyway, a lot of people from New York and New Jersey, as a matter of fact. So that being said, they. I don't think my dad. I don't think my dad would have survived it. I really don't. I barely survived it. I don't know. All right, times change. Eric, I'm glad you had a great time, and man, I'm glad you survived as well. KE8VZA will clear with you, and let's pick up WO3X, my favorite zero station in the whole wide world. Take it away, John.
W8WKY.
Good evening, Gary, and all on the net. This is WO3X. Yep, the only W03X in the whole world. That's true. Let's see here. Not a whole lot going on here this evening, except a bunch of nets. Tuesday evening is my multiple nets evening. Let's see. So, I voted for that T-shirt there. And for the trivia question, I also am going to go with Alpha, A Alpha. So with that, back to the net, W8WKY. This is WO3X.
Okay, John, I can't help myself. What design number did you vote for? Over.
Number 2.
Roger that. Okay, buddy. Thanks for being here. Always a pleasure, John. You take care of yourself and have a great rest of the evening. Yeah. Well, there's a couple hours left, I guess. Okay, we'll clear with WO3X, and next up, KC8FQV. Good evening, Mark. How are you this evening? This is W8WKY.
All right, Gary, KC8, Fox Queen Victor. I can't remember the letters, but the latter one has EAS and WEA is the one I want. And so it's EAS and WEA. And of course, I made it last week one day, and I may have done a couple of times announced about the T-shirts and that. The first was the date you had to have them in, then 1st through 4th, then the reveal. Yes, the reveal with Gary, and then from there out. But then I heard one station say, geez, was saying, oh, I don't know, you know, saying, geez, oh man, you know, you get too much on there, you know. I think, and I looked at them all, and then, yeah, there is definitely, it's our choice to know what one. They're all are good. And I was wondering, not to mud the water, but you shouldn't go through Monday morning, that when the barometer net, if you didn't go through like 8:30 and say, yeah, 8:30 and we're going to call it in, you know, because that's what it's all about is the barometer net. But other than that, yeah, I was going to say EAS and WEA for my question or my answers, and we'll send it back to net control, Gary, KC8FQV.
Okay, Mark, I'm going to quote you. I copied the barometer net is the best net in the entire world. I think that's exactly what I heard. I agree with you, though, Mark. It absolutely is. Well, this net's pretty good, too. But no, the barometer net's been around for so long, it's like dirt. Absolutely. It's like, wow. It's just sort of a great design for a barometer net T-shirt. A little late. Okay, let's clear with KC8FQV. Thanks for stopping by, Mark. Have a terrific rest of the evening. Let's clear with Mark and pick up KC8HDP. Jerry, how are you this evening?
Good evening, Gary, and good evening to everyone on the net. I am doing just fine. Going to answer the trivia question before I forget. I'm going to go with Alpha for the trivia question. Once again, Alpha. Yes, it was difficult to pick just one of the T-shirt designs. There were so many good ones there. Nice job, everyone. But I did finally just going back and forth between a couple of them and just decided to click one. So good job, everyone. Speaking of voting, the ARRL ballots for the director of the Great Lakes Division are out. Everyone who's an ARRL member should have gotten one in their email. If you decide to vote by electronically, you get immediate confirmation that your vote was taken. If you prefer to vote by mail, be looking for them in your mailbox because they should be there soon. So very important election, and vote your conscience on that. Don't really have anything else, so I'm going to send it back to you, Gary, W8WKY and the net from KC8HDP 73.
7-3, Jerry, and really appreciate you stopping by this evening. Great announcement about the ballots. I didn't mention that today, and as a matter of fact, no one has. Very, very terrific addition to tonight's net. That information needs to happen. Yeah, and Jerry says vote your conscience. I agree with him, but yeah, okay. Remember, the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association unanimously voted to support Scott Yonley. And it's not that we're biased or anything, but Scott's just hands and above, experienced and loves the hobby, and just the guy to be there. Anyway, but as Jerry says, vote your conscience. Okay, we'll clear with KC8HDP. I'm going to say a good evening to Bill again. He was in and out in AWS. Appreciate him stopping by. Let's travel over just a little south of me in Copley, KG4SCK. Mark, how the heck are you, sir?
Well, good evening, Gary, and everybody in the club, and everybody listening. Doing fantastic. Yeah, this morning on the barometer net, me being one of the marks, I made sure I stayed seated on the bus. So I followed by one of the contestants designed. There you go. They're all wonderful themes and great artwork. Thank you so much for, even thinking of the contest, and it's such a fun thing to do. So, yeah, that's awesome. The other thing I got for you is I got a Generac 24K generator delivered today at the house in Kentucky, so as scheduling would have it, it's going to be installed on the 19th, and so I'm going to miss the next meeting and won't be able to go to Ray's place either. So, darn. The trivia question, no idea. I'm just going to go with the crowd, I guess, and say Alpha. So, yeah, thank you again, Gary, and this KG4 SEK back to net.
KG4SCK, W8WKY. All right, Mark. You know what? Thank you. It's always a pleasure. It truly is. Okay. Have a great evening. KG4SCK will clear with you, and that brings me to the bottom of my list, and we are after the 9 o'clock hour. If you are waiting to check into this net, please stand by, and I will take your call after Eric reads the question or the answer to the trivia question. We'll get people out of here. W8ELM, this is W8WKY. How'd we do tonight?
W8WKY from W8ELM. I am very pleased that we did very well tonight. The correct answer was A, Alpha, and the two systems are the Emergency Alert System, EAS, and the Wireless Emergency Alert, WEA. And our first correct answer came from our fearless leader, AA8CS, and our second correct answer came from our former fearless leader, N8EI. And I'll go down through the rest of the list after I get a little time. Next was KD8SLG. Nick, and I just wanted to tell you, if you're worried about those nanoparticles, get yourself a steel trash can, crawl inside of it, and pull the lid on tight. Maybe if you start about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, stay in there for an hour or so till you're sure the test is complete. That should protect you from the graphene nanoparticle activation. Let's see, next was W8GMF, Gary, WV3K Phil, KE8UIB John, KA8MNT Tom, W03X John, KC8FQV Mark, KC8HDP Jerry, and KG4SCK Mark. Need a little time again. The emergency broadcast system was initiated in 1963. It was replaced by the current emergency alert system in 1997. The wireless emergency alert system became active in April of 2012, so the EAS and the WEA are the two that will be tested tomorrow. The emergency alert system on radio and TV, and the wireless emergency alert system on our cell phones. The distant early warning system, or DEW line, radar installations became operational in 1954. The system was operated jointly by the United States and Canada. In 1985, it was replaced by the NWS, which is not the National Weather Service, but the North Warning System. A lot of you aren't old enough to remember Conelrad, the control of the electromagnetic radiation. It began in 1951 as a Cold War initiative. It was replaced by the Emergency Broadcast System in 1963 and by the current Emergency Alert System in 1997. ICS is the Incident Command System used by FEMA, and many of our ARES volunteers are trained in that system. And EWS is just kind of a general term for Earthquake Warning System. It isn't actually a specific organization. With that, I thank everybody for your participation, and I will turn it back to Ned, W8WKY from W8ELM.
All right, Eric, thank you very, very much. A splendid, timely, pertinent, and interesting question again. The amazement of the quality of the questions and the research that you actually put into some of these things is really admirable and certainly appreciated, that's for sure. Great question. There's been a lot of email traffic about this national test coming up tomorrow. And I think it's, because it is the cell phone thing. That's the deal. So everybody that has a cell phone is going to get a message tomorrow. So they were telling everybody about it. I think that could have something to do with why we did it, or why we did so well on this question, Eric. Hey, again, thanks for doing it. Do you have anything else for the net tonight? Anything that's going on with you? Let us know. Over to you.
Well, since you asked, I ripped off the little toenail on my right foot the other day and had to go to the podiatrist today and have that taken care of, and everything is just fine there. That was my excitement for the day, other than meeting with a bunch of the Wayne Aries members down at Bishop's, as we do on Tuesday. And that's about it for me. So, I did want to tell Dave, NT8D, sorry about all the letters, and reminding him about algebra. So if the EAS is traveling west at 40 kilometers per hour for 5 minutes, and the WEA is traveling east at 35 kilometers per hour for 1 hour, when will they meet? Anyway, back to Ned.
Dave, you there? Over. Oh, man, Eric, I can't believe he missed that. Wow. Oh, gosh. Yeah, there you have it. That's splendid. Absolutely splendid. All right, we love you, man. You take care of that toe and don't kick any field goals. We'll clear with W8ELM. This is the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Station, or Radio Club, Tuesday night net. Let me just put a call out if there's anybody else that would like to join. What's left of this motley crew, come on down.
Whiskey Delta 8, Lima Alpha, AB8OU.
K8, VOX, Scott, Vermilion, up, in and out.
All right, we have WD8LLA, AB8OU. know that call. And KE8VOX, Scott, good evening to you. I have you in and out. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello. We appreciate that. And have a fabulous end of the week here. Wednesday's hump day, and then we get to go downhill from there, according to legend. Anyway. Okay, with that, Scott, good evening. And let's open it up to WD8LLA. Neil, what's happening, man? How you been? I haven't talked to you in a while.
WD8LLA, good evening, Gary, and everyone on the net. Been on vacation for over a month. My wife and I have been traveling all through the South, visited a lot of friends, had a great time. I heard Tom on earlier, and he didn't have any antidote for tonight. I had a really rough time here in Metropolitan Brewster today. I was a spokesperson for our Republican Neighborhood Watch here, and they voted me out of office today for window peeping. They really never had no rules when I joined the Neighborhood Watch. I wasn't really sure what it was all about, so I guess I got in trouble. That's about it for the night tonight, Gary. Back to you.
Oh, man, I have to hear the rest of that story. Oh, man. How do you get voted out of the neighborhood? Okay, I'm going to regain my composure here. How do you get voted out of the neighborhood? Neil, help me here. WD8LLA, say something else.
W8WKY.
I was window peeping. I thought that was part of the Neighborhood Watch.
Oh, man, I love it. Well, there you go. You know what? We talked to Tom about that, and he didn't come up with a chuckle, but for God's... Oh, man. Oh, thank you for that. I needed that this evening. I really did. All right, we'll clear with WD8LLA. Let's pick up AB8OU. Good evening, Zeke. How you doing? AB8OU. AB8OU. This is AA8CS. You there?
AB8OU, good evening, Gary. Not much here. See you, I guess, Friday, AB8OU.
Were you in and out, Zeke?
What was that?
Were you in and out? Is that, you were in and out, I take it?
Correct. I'm always in and out.
Nailed it, buddy. All right, Zeke, got you in and out. AB8OU, we're clear with you, and that brings us to the bottom of this list. Is there anybody else that'd like to join us? It's awfully late, but I'll take any other check-ins that want to check in at this point. Please call W8WKY.
W8WKY, this is Kilo Echo 8 Mike Yankee. Chris in Amherst, in and out for the evening, K8MMY 73.
W8WKY, this is K9CKY, Jason in Big Prairie. I'll be in and out as well.
Good evening, Gary. This is Whiskey 8 Uniform Alpha. I will also just be in and out this evening.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Scott, KE8VOX was in and out earlier. KE8MMY, good evening to you. Thanks for stopping by, and I have you in and out. K9CKY, also in and out, and W8 University of Akron. I have you in and out. Thanks for stopping by this evening. All right, we're going to end the net today at, let's see, it is 9:16 p.m., most palatable time, and I do want to thank everyone who participated into tonight's net. It was a fabulous net, and I do also want to thank Eric, W8ELM, for another outstanding trivia question. Just a super question and a timely question. Remember, it's your participation in this net that makes it the success that it is. I want to thank everybody who did participate. And don't forget to check into the Drive Time Sarah Barometer Net Monday through Saturday at the ungodly hour of 7 a.m. Wow. That's early. Anyway, we'll close the net tonight and with, let's see, 32 check-ins. That includes me, so it was a pretty successful night. I'm going to hang around here. If anybody else would like to just jump in for a roundtable or a chat or anything else, feel free to do so. This is W8WKY, closing the net. The time, 9:17.
KD2HC, pop it in before you close it. In and out.
ELM. I laughed so hard, Neil, I fell out of my chair, and I think I ripped the toenail off of the other foot.
KE8VQX, that was really good. I almost did the same thing.
He's probably down on Millersburg now.
Roger that. Eric, just I couldn't contain myself. I made a mistake by keeping the PTT closed. Anyway, just incredibly funny. Wow. Yeah. Are you going to head down to the WatchNet?
If you're talking to me, Gary, I think I probably will. I'll maybe get in on the second round, if not the first. So thanks for running the net tonight. Really appreciate it. AA8CS, W8ELM73.
All right, Eric, thanks. W8ELM, AA8CS. KE8VOX, you still up? Are you still out there?
AA8CS, KD2HC.
Okay, KD2HC, stand by. KE8VOX, are you still out there, please?
KE8VOX here.
Yeah, I just wondered if you were still in there. We got your comment on the, oh my gosh, Neil's joke. That was funny. The delivery was classic. Anyway, thanks for the comment. I didn't know if you had anything else. And KD2HC, Scott, if you want to hang in here, that's fine. You take it, and then you can turn it to KD2HC.
No, Gary, I didn't think I got a whole lot to say. It's been a long day for me, and I just need to get some sleep, I think, mostly. Yeah, I just ain't been doing a whole lot, that's all.
All right, Scott, take care. We'll talk to you soon. KD2HC, this is AA8CS. Good evening.
Good evening, Gary. Chris, KD2HC. Just wanted to pop on the Sarah Club net before it closed, but I guess I'm get smarted and missed it by that much.
Yeah, normally we're long gone by 9 o'clock. We try to keep it to an hour, and then there's a watch net down south that a lot of the guys like to jump in and participate in that. So we try to keep it to an hour. I kind of elongated it tonight. We ended up with 32 check-ins, which is that's about normal. But it was real slow in the beginning. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The last 6 came really and truly after all was done. Over to you.
Right on that. I run a 40-meter net at 6 p.m. and it ends about 8:30, 8:45. So making the Sarah net on Tuesday nights is not normal for me. I don't usually make it until about 9 o'clock. So I normally get an in and out as you're closing it. Or what I'll do is I'll text Nick and I'll proxy me in because I can't make it because I'm actually NCSing on HFNet, Roger.
Oh, yeah, roger that. We had a 80-meter net that I think, let me think, AB8MO, Andy was running there for a while, which was kind of interesting. Andy learned a lot. He hadn't ever done an HF net. That's a whole different animal. I'm thinking that might be a lot of fun.
W8WKY.
Actually, we stole the frequency. When he closed the beacon net, the United States traffic net, there was a vacancy on the band, so we kind of jumped right in that frequency and took over for a while. But at this point, we closed 80 meters, and we're only on 40. We're on 7.189, 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday. And then on Saturday, we actually have an all-band FT8 net for our members. So it's kind of unique because no one else has an FT8 net on net longer. It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay. And you said 7.189, is that correct?
At center, plus or minus 10, Sunday through Friday, and I'm Tuesday night NCS.
All right, we might have to play that. That sounds interesting. Very interesting. Okay, well, and you said FTA, right?
No. There's 2 different nets. There's Sunday through Friday, which is an HF Worked All States and Awards net, and then for our members, because you can't get Alaska and Hawaii on 40 meters between 6 and 9 p.m. here and East Coast. You can't. Propagation doesn't exist. So what we did was we opened up an FT8 net for our members so they can work any band on FT8 as long as they're in the net time. That contact is valid. So when they submit their log, it'll show up that it was during our net time, and if they make a contact during net time and they get those states, they're valid for our worked all states. It's a beautiful rose. You can see it. I actually took 3 years to get mine, but it's a beautiful rosewood plaque for worked all states. But right now, because W2ZMZ are founders in the hospital, this and it rhymes with tube socks. Okay, we'll leave it at that. He went in for minor surgery on August 17th, and he had major complications, and they haven't let him out yet. So the website's not being updated. He can't do memberships at this point because he's out of the ICU, but he's still in the hospital, and they're not letting him go yet, and we're really, really angry at the hospital. But I'm pretty much taking up what I can with his wife to take over, the 85 hats that he was wearing, and I can get 4 of the hats working. We can hobble along and keep going until he gets better. So that's where we're at. KD2HCE for ID.
Okay, Chris. Wow. Man, I had no idea. Really and truly, that's nice. Well, and I appreciate the information. I'm gonna check it out and see what's cooking.
Well, if you know VE3KUZ Bob, tomorrow night's going to be his premier alternate NCS night, so we want to give him a good welcome.
Can you give me those call letters again?
Victor Echo 3, Kilo Uniform Zulu, Bob out of Ontario. He's off by Detroit, but he's in Ontario. He's been around all HF. Everybody knows him.
Okay. Well, not everybody, but I'm all about hyperbole. I didn't know him. I don't know. Maybe I don't participate enough. That could be it. Could be it. Anyway, all right. Well, listen, Chris, I've been on the radio here for, almost, about an hour and a half. So I think I'm gonna QRT and find me an adult beverage someplace and indulge. Anything else before I pull the plug? I guess. KD2HCE, AA8CS.
AA8CS, KD2HCE. You just reminded me I have to go into the refrigerator and go get some of that drinkable hand sanitizer tonight to help me get to sleep. It's Blue Jolly Rancher tonight, and it's cold. So, yeah, you can see some of the pictures of that on my QRC about halfway down. Yeah, it's really good. And it's only thimblefuls that you're allowed. You're not allowed, the full glasses. It's only thimblefuls of that stuff. So anything else is detrimental to your prescriptions. So with that, Gary, take care. We'll catch you soon. The website for our page is usawards.net, usawards.net. If you go to my QRZ, you can see all the information and any updates on where Anthony's at this point. So check that out. We'll catch you soon. 7-3. Have a good week. KD2HCE clear.
All right, Chris. Very good. Yeah, thank you for that. I really appreciate the information and really very, very nice talk this evening. Take care of yourself, and I'm sure I'll meet you down the log here. KD2HCE, this is AA8CS. 73A, and just have a great evening.
Okay, so Gary, real quick, are there going to be multicolors, or there is one color, or are you guys not decided for that barometer T-shirt? KD7,
Mark, you got to slow down a little bit, buddy. Something about the T-shirts, and I heard color. Just crank her down, downshift. You know how to do that. 4-speed transmission. You downshift and slow it down, and then ask me what you want to ask me. And how you doing? Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't want you to race away. I'm doing good. I went to my therapy training today for the arm. So they did some stuff with me, and I got some things I can do at home. And, yeah, I just was curious, is it going to be blue? I've seen blue there on the call site, and I was curious what you're going to do for color-wise, or whomever is orchestrating the T-shirt and that. I just was curious. KCFQV. Yeah, there was no way to decide which one really to pick. So they all were good. I think there was 8 total. KCFQV.
Yeah, roger that, Mark. Yeah, 8. And as far as the T-shirt color, which was your question, it's going to, well, No, it's not going to be blue. It depends. The designs have to be massaged so that they work with a T-shirt. I still want to be able to offer different colors, like I did last time when we did this. Well, we never did a design contest, but the last Ceranet or Barometer Net T-shirt. So it kind of depends on which design wins too. How much massaging has to be done. Anyway, we'll make it work. Over to you, Mark. KC8FQV. I'm going to get out of here real soon, so I'll probably be clearing out on your final here. This is AA8CS.
All right, yeah, Gary, I'll let you go. I just was curious, we'll have to wait and see, but like you say, it depends on what one works, and, glad we're looking at them, and there was a couple, I heard one person make a comment, and geez, oh man, it's like, just leave it alone, it's like, oh, there's too much this, oh, this, just leave it alone. That's what I like there. Yeah, you were listening this morning. You would have heard one person making a lot of different. Oh, what about this? Oh, what about this? Oh, I look at it and say, just cool your jet. But I'll let you go, Gary, so you go get the something to eat and something to drink and get ready to do sawing laws, KCFQV. But thanks for doing the net tonight, and we'll catch you, somewhere. If not by Thursday, KCFTV.
All right, Mark. I want to thank you for such a tremendous idea. When you said reveal, when we during the net tonight, I thought, yeah, reveal. So here's the thing. I'm not going to tell anybody what the design is. You gotta order a T-shirt. We'll the reveal, as you said, Mark, will be at the luncheon. Huh? What do you think of that?
I mean, we'll decide on the T-shirt, but you won't tell the winner. It's called a grab bag buy. You'll just have to do a grab bag buy, and we'll find out when it comes in. That would work. Yeah, I was saying the reveal because you would be giving, which winner was on Thursday, so that people would be able to, buy. Yeah, we could go that far and say, no, the reveal is going to be, and you are going to buy a grab bag. KCFQV.
Well, Mark, here's how it would work, as I see it anyway. So we'll get a winner, we'll get the design, we'll get the once that happens, we'll open up the order box, and so you will have a choice of your size and color of T-shirt. I think at this point we're going to be able to do that, and that's all the information there will be. So you'll have to wait till the T-shirt reveal at the luncheon to find out what the design was. Follow?
All right, here, I'll let you go, Gary, so you can get up before you get too stiff sitting in that chair. Yeah, and then you'll have a hard time moving, so you'll want to get up to move around a little bit, because, yeah, you don't want the muscles get too sleepy so that they don't want to move for you. So, yeah, I want to let you go and get something to eat and get something to drink and make sure you can move around a little bit, so I'll let you go. But, yep, KCFQV.
All right, Mark. Again, thanks for being here tonight, and thanks for the idea. KC8FQV, this is AA8CF. I'll be clear, guys. QRT.
Who's driving that bus? N8PZD.
All right, Clark. Yeah, who's boss? Well, I'll tell you one thing. It ain't me. So if it ain't me, it must be, I don't know, Nick. Hell, no, he's normally asleep in the back of the bus. I don't know. Good question. Over.
Yeah, absolutely no pressure whatsoever at that ungodly hour.
Well, it's not ungodly now. I mean, this is kind of nice. So I don't know who's driving the bus, but there's still purple zucchini stains on the walls. And what do you have to say about that?
Oh, that's not the end of it. There's waffle crumbs on the rear seat, peppermint ice cream on the next seat up, purple zucchini somewhere. It probably rolled around and created a mega mess. That's probably how that happened. We know the bus wasn't going real fast, but it's still chugging along.
Yeah, I think the mega event was the 350-pound man falling after he slipped on the zucchini peel. Anyway, oh man, how fun! Did you see the designs on the webpage?
I did. I saved that one. I think I'll tell you what a good question would be is there's some markings on the front bumper. I'll take a guess that only 3% of the listeners know what those markings are.
On the bumper of the bus, you mean the Morse code? Okay, you're breaking up just a little bit there, Clark, but I think you said absolutely. QSL?
Yeah, I'm at max power. I just happened to wander in here, turned on the radio, and somebody, but I'm not sure who. Yeah, but my signal, I know it's waving because I'm so far away. But I think I'm going to have a T-shirt made from that design by myself. I like that. Oh, but I don't know if there's an old goat. There's something in the rear window, but I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure if it's a buzzard or a goat.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You are going to take that design and make your own T-shirt? Did I get that right, or am I nutty?
Well, you're nutty anyway, but that's probably what I would do. I'm trying to. Well, I can't quite. I don't know how to enlarge it. There's a couple of people talking out of the side window. And it looks like there's some animals in the back, but I don't know if there's a goat or a buzzard. There should be one of each.
I have a question. Did you enter design?
Oh no, I just looked at it this morning. I wasn't able to check in time to give more. So Carrie did for me too, but I didn't make it in time. So they were talking about it, and I went and looked at it, and it's like, boy, that to me that's a nice one. I'm sure everybody has their preferred one, and that would be my vote. But you know, I'm not really a member. I can't vote. I can only exercise my opinion.
Well, is there someone else in there? Okay, Clark, if you recall, I mean, I don't know if you haven't listened on the barometer net or what is going on with you, but you don't have to be a member of SARA to participate in this. This wasn't a SARA event. It was a barometer net participant event, which more or less, and that is up to you to decide, you are a participant and part of the net. Over to you.
W8WKY.
All righty. That's the one that I looked at. That's the one that brought the widest smile across my peppermint ice cream chops.
All right, very good. I'm gonna. Oh, I had one last question. So, you would take one design that someone else made and make your own T-shirt. When, if that were the winning design, would you buy a T-shirt? Over.
It's a lot of fun. You know me, it's a little bit funny. Zucchini. And spilling crumbs from my waffles. Nick is after me for spilling syrup off the waffles. So, I guess I'm a participant. If that's the one, yeah, I would buy that one for sure. If that's not the one, I'll get one of them printed for my own. But that's I can't remember how I did this before. It came out larger. Ooh, I have to try. Maybe tomorrow. I'll turn the computer off and restart. Look at it again tomorrow. But it's pretty cute. Absolutely no pressure. Ungodly out. There's some of the those great quotes that we hear in the morning. That's what makes the morning go good, is listening to that.
All right, Clark, 73, my friend. Take care. Have a terrific evening. This is AA8CS. I'm clear.
All righty. We'll catch you further down the electric bill. And
W8WKY.